Aloha, good morning. This is Caron B. Davis of Caron B. Realty International, and I just wanted to say good morning. It's a little cool here in Hawaii today. We're wearing our woolies, as they say in Australia. Anyway, we've had a fabulous week. It's a very busy market right now, and I'm sure you've seen on social media, or if not, we've just recently sold a home in Diamond Head Circle that I'm going to talk about today. It's probably one of the more unique staging that we've done, and it took a huge team to get the job done. It was, I talk about keeping a vendor list that we update every week. Boy, did the vendor list come in handy with this particular home we put on the market. It was the owner had passed away. It was a huge family estate. The indoor-outdoor living was a little under 10,000 square feet, and the land area was over 36,000 square feet. And this owner had a lifetime of possessions, and these possessions, not kidding you, went from floor to ceiling when we first previewed the house over a year ago. And you look, they had anything from a gun collection to lots of different statues, thousands of paintings on the ceiling even, so he could display all his precious paintings he had done or he had bought. There was just so many collectible items and very valuable items too that a local auction company had to be brought in, and thousands of items listed on the web, website for sale, and dozens of people involved in this project. So I thought I'd share with you some photos of the property and what we did to bring it up to marketable condition. My whole goal with this property was someone would walk in and want to stay in the property, because when I first visited this property, I don't know if I really wanted to walk around. There was so much going on in there. So let's take a look at some of the photos before shots we had done before we started to fix this property up for showing in marketable condition, and of course always to get top dollar for our client. So here is an example of one of the rooms, and when I say there was artwork everywhere, you can see in this painting the rooms, there was artwork everywhere. And what we had to do was actually take everything down. As again, I wanted somebody to walk into the property, not be distracted by so many items. And actually, they probably couldn't even walk around. There were so many items in this house. And so what we did, we started taking the paintings down. And guess what? We had a lot of holes in the wall from painting hangers, etc. And that's where we came in and we had to paint the house. But then how do you paint a house that's nearly 8,500 square feet inside, and someone's going to remodel or even tear down the property, so you don't really want to be spending a fortune in painting, but you want it presentable. So let's go to the next photo and I'll tell you a bit about our story. As you can see, there's items just absolutely everywhere. And the auction company had to decide what was going to be put on the internet. It was very interesting. It was one of their biggest projects also. But this is the kitchen area. And again, you can see the kitchen cabinets down there on the left-hand side. And basically there was all this, again, paintings on the cabinets, which we decided with our painter we would take those off so everything was really clear so that people could walk in and see the paintings on the ceiling. Unbelievable. There was even huge amounts of telescopes in the house, and incredibly large telescopes. Picture of one little part of the kitchen. The outside, of course, we had to look at the yard work, the yard, and get that. There was at least 4 feet of leaves on one side of the house, so we had to get quite a few beds on just someone to come in to make the home presentable to show, of course. And voila, look what we did. And just to let you know, those pictures were taken of a few of these rooms I'm showing you now. But we had to budget because we knew somebody's not going to keep the house. And so I think the cleaning bill was about $10,000 for this house. And the, the painting, don't remember right offhand, but I do know we had to really decide which rooms to paint, which drywall to repair from water damage, just to make it all look presentable. But as you can see, we did an amazing job. The cleaning crew was amazing. The painting crew was amazing. They worked 24/7 around the clock. It was just fantastic. But again, you know, the attributes of this property, of course, it was on Diamond Head Circle, which is a very prominent address. It has amazing views of the ocean, Waikiki, and it really is a property, a statement property that someone's going to come in, and we were able to secure a buyer within the first week of marketing. Actually, we had 3 or 4 buyers, and one person was lucky enough to be able to secure the property for his family. But as you could see, here's a photo after, and we showed off the views. The property was clean, so somebody could walk in, they could get aware about it. Do I remodel? Do I tear down part of the house? Do I tear down the whole house? And that was the whole idea behind our marketing, that people could stand there, sit there, and decide how they were going to handle this property. And this was the outside. It may look a little messier, but before you couldn't even see the cement blocks there. It was all cleaned up. So of course, you know, somebody could go in and decide how they were going to enhance that area. And again, with the marketing, not a lot of interior photos, only the clean, but this gives you a good perspective of the property at the foot of Diamond Head. And we were very fortunate to find an amazing broker who sold the property to an international buyer. And we're very happy the way it went. And, you know, it was a huge effort on everybody on our team. And I want to thank everyone who was part of this. But I did want to share that this is a very different staging job that we normally do. Now, moving on, I also thought we'd mention what are you know, I saw an article from Forbes the other day, and what is the design trends for 2023? And I'm going to touch on some of the design trends, but next week we'll go into a little more detail. But some of the design trends right now is gray is out, atmospheric colors, 4-tone sunset inspired colors, serenity decor is in, mixed materials showing the richness of a home. A mix of wood and cane is popular right now, for instance. And again, very important, always statement kitchen. People want those gorgeous kitchens because of people entertaining right now. Oftentimes people just get to the kitchen area. They don't get to go to the rest of the house, as we all know. But we'll expand on that next week. I'm very excited. And to finish our talk this morning too, we were going to go over Marianne's photos. She talks about reflections. And of course, we have beautiful colors with the sunsets and sunrises, but we never talk about the reflections. And let me give you a few of her photos here. The reflections of the light here we have in Hawaii. Just gorgeous moments she's captured for everybody here. The reflections from the rainbow, which is a fantastic one. We have many rainbows. And of course, the sunset. Again, thank you very much, Marianne, and much mahalo, and everyone have a wonderful weekend. And until next weekend, really excited to talk about design trends again.